Okay, some distributive property love today. We love the distributive property. It is so helpful. All right, so here I've got some distributive property about what it might look like for a third grader. All right, we have 8 times 6. We know 8s are usually pretty hard, and 6s are just 5 facts and another group. So I can break that 6 apart into a 5 and a 1, and then distribute my 8 to the 5 and my 8 to the 1. I've got 40 and 8, and that comes back together to 48. And so that gets us our product. 8 times 6 is 48, thinking about it a little bit different way. Okay, so then what does that distributive property look like when we get to 4th grade? All right, let's see. Let's pull it down so it's out of that light a little bit. All right, so 4th grade, we're not just dealing with facts or multiples of 10 here. We're multiplying larger numbers. So I have 3 groups of 423. So if I choose to use the distributive property to solve this, then what I can do is distribute the 3 to the hundreds, to the tens, and to the ones, which is what we do when we use that standard algorithm. We just go about it a little bit different way. So this way the students can see what's happening. I'm saying 3 times 400, 3 times 20, and then 3 times 3. 1269, 1269 is my product. And so that is the distributive property and what it might look like for 4th graders. So now, how are we then going to use that distributive property when we get to 5th grade? Well, 5th grade and fractions, oh my, right? So what can we do here? I'm trying to get that out of the light, and I'm not being very successful. I'm so techy. All right, we're going to go with it. It's 5 times 6 3/10, okay? So we're familiar with the distributive property. Students, let me rephrase that. Students are familiar with the distributive property. They use it in 3rd grade. They use it in 4th grade. So now let's just extend that to 5th grade work. We can take this 5 and distribute it to the 6 and to the 3. We've just decomposed this mixed number. Mixed numbers are numbers too, okay? And so now we're going to multiply the 5 times the 6 and the 5 times the 3/10. This is something that they would have done in 4th grade, multiplying a whole number by a fraction. So 5 groups of 3/10. That's going to be 3/10 5 times 15/10. And so then we put that back together, 31 and 5/10. And so this is just a way that we can use the distributive property, a property that students are familiar with from previous grades, to maybe multiply this mixed number in a different way. Instead of converting to an improper fraction and making everything fractional, let's just treat it like students are accustomed to treating numbers. Thanks for listening.